Good morning, fellow YouTubers. It's Sunday morning, the 29th of June 2025, and it's what, 6:39 AM in the morning, and I'm just setting up for another adventure with Bay in the back as usual. And today's journey, I'm going to be going back to Bloody Bush Road off Kielder Forest, and I'm going to be going to the opposite side of LEWISBURN, where I got to last time. I went to the PET Cemetery to find the 4 Pet's gravestones, and walked another 1,000 yards past that, and then I didn't go any further because the pathway just disintegrates and there's no easy way to get through all the tree branches and cut down trees and stuff. So this time I'm going to go back to where I was, but further, I'm going to drive further along the road so I can get to the top end of LEWISBURN, and I'm going to be walking up the side of it for about another mile and a half, just so I can let the dog off and let him run free off his leader. Because last time I went out, I went to Askrake in Yorkshire, and I had a hell of a time getting me and the dog through the stupid spring-loaded or thin gaps in the wall turnstiles. It was ridiculous, and obviously because it's sheep country when you go down to Yorkshire, I couldn't let him off his leader at all, so I was getting dragged from pillar to post. He was hurting me hands, he was dragging us through the spring-loaded gates and ripping the skin off me bloody knuckles and stuff. So I was having a right hell of a time. So that's why I've decided to go back to Kielder Forest, because it's less likely to come across any cattle, sheep or people. So that's why I'm going back there today to explore further up the LEWISBURN and then let him off the leader. Right, so I'll bring you back. Bye for now. Okay, it's 7:30 AM in the morning, this Sunday morning, the 29th of June 2025, and I've reached the turn off to the left now to go past Sweet Hope Lofts Fishing Lake over there, and you can see the big industrial wind turbines as I'm going to go over there towards the A68 and cross straight over to go towards Bellingham, which you can see on the green sign there. So at the crossroads here, you turn left, drop down an S-bend over a little stone bridge, and just continue along past Sweet Hope Lofts, as you can see on the brown sign there, and on the bottom you can see Kielder Water and Forest. So basically that's what I've done. I've like cut off a big corner. I've come along the A696, as you can see on my GPS there, from past Newcastle Airport, through Ponteland, through Belsay, and you get to this point here. So basically you're down to the right, down to the right, down to the right, and cutting off a big corner all the time. Right, so without further ado, I'll get off with my journey, turn left here at the crossroads. So bye for now. Okay, I've done 39.4 miles from South Shields, and I've reached the left turn into the Sweet Hope Lofts Fishing Lake area here, and I'm just going to continue along this single tarmac road right across to the far side where it meets the T-junction with the A68. Then I'm going to be crossing straight over and then driving down into the village of Bellingham, and then just continue through Bellingham and then on towards Kielder Water. So I just wanted to put all this on video, how many miles I've done, and it's now 7:38 AM in the morning, this Sunday morning, the 29th of June 2025. Right, so I'll continue with my journey towards Kielder Water. So bye for now. Right, I've just briefly pulled over in a passing place on this single tarmac road that comes along past Sweet Hope Lofts Fly Fishing Lake, which is back there, as you can see. The sun shining, sparkling off the water. he's desperate to get out. Right, so I've got about another half a mile to go until I reach the junction with the A68, and as you can see, you pass all these industrial sized wind turbines. He's scratching him. He gets really impatient. Like, hey. Right, so I better jump back in the car and continue with my journey through to the village of Bellingham. So I'm going straight over the junction, wind my way down and round over Reedsdale Bridge, the White Bridge, and then continue along into the village of Bellingham. Right, so bye for now. Okay, it's 7:52 AM in the morning, this Sunday morning, and how many miles have I done? 44.8 miles so far from South Shields, and I'm just about to go down round the S-bend past those people standing on the side of the road to go over Reedsmouth Bridge, and then just drive straight along underneath the railway bridge, and then continue on until I get to the village of Bellingham. Then you get to the T-junction where the post office is and turn left, then just drive through Bellingham. Right, so that's where I am so far. So I'll be driving down past those people standing on the side of the road in a moment, and you drop down a steep S-bend, which is blind bend, so you've got to be careful of traffic coming up the hill towards you when you go down onto the bridge. Right, so bye for now. Okay, I've just pulled into the car parks where you normally come when you come along Bloodybush Road, and as you can see, it's all been churned up because of when they were coming here to store the tree logs that they had piled up there. The big Forestry Commission trucks were coming up and down here, so the road was all churned up, soft mud and full of big massive puddles of water, as you can see further over there. But I've just drove down here because you're off the main road, and I let him out and he's run backwards and forwards, and I've chucked a stick for him a couple of times, and he's burnt a bit of energy off, so that's good. But LEWISBURN's just off to the left, but there's high embankments, it's hard to get down to the embankment, so I was going to try and get him to go in the water for a plunge, but like I say, the embankments are too high and I didn't want him jumping down and landing on rocks and twisting his ankle or break his bloody leg. So I've got to pick him up to carry him back to the car, which I couldn't do. But as you can see, I've just come into the first entrance, come down here, bypass these bloody big puddles of water, and then just park up there briefly so I can let him out the car and do his running about, which he's done. I mean, he did his toilet business at LEWISBURN Bridge just as I turned off onto Bloodybush Road here. But I just want to show you the LEWISBURN here from the embankments after coming down the bank into the car parks here. So basically I've just got to drive forward and bear off to the left and take you back onto the main road over there, and I'll be going back past the cottages, like I say, over this little stone bridge it's right on the corner, and as soon as you cross the bridge the road bends slightly to the right, but I'll be taking an immediate left and then going up the hill and just follow that road right over the top of the bank until I get past the remote cottage on the far side. Then there's a bridge, a concrete bridge that you pass over. Then the track I'm going to be walking up to explore is just on the right. So I'll turn the car around and face the car to the remote cottage. So if any the people that live in the house come out in the cars or walk the dog or wherever, I'll be able to pick it up on my time-lapse camera. But I've just been along here with a dog. It's as you can see, it's all soft mud and like a sandy roadway. Couldn't get me words there. Right, so that's where the LEWISBURN's getting forced around an S-bend, look, and you can see all the boulders. But the embankments are like really high, like I say, so it's hard to get down. You'd have to go further over there to the left and look for a place for to get down. Right, so back to the car, jump in and drive further along Bloodybush Road here to pass by the cottages on the corner on the right hand side. Right, so I'll bring you back. Mileage wise, Lane Head I had done 50 miles coming here, and then the Pheasant Inn pub was 55 miles, and I've now got 62 point such and such on me mileometer now. So by the time I get where I'm going, it's going to be like just over 65 mile, I would imagine. And then I'm going to park up and set my time-lapse camera away up in the dashboard as usual. Right, so without further ado, I'll bring you back further down the line. Bye for now. Okay, I've done 63.5 miles so far, and it's 3 minutes past 9 AM in the morning. So I've reached the Folks cottages. There used to be a wooden plaque on the side of the gate there saying the Folks. It's been taken down now. But this is the two cottages, and straight ahead there's the little stone bridge. So I'm going to be going straight ahead, cross over the bridge. The road starts bending around to the right, but I'm going to take the first left and go up the hill and keep left and just keep following the road about a mile and a half, and I'll come to a remote farm cottage, and I'm going to be crossing a concrete bridge just before it, and then there's a track goes off to the right, and that's where I'm going to be going and parking up so I can let the dog out the back and walk up the stone track to see where it takes us to. So that's where Bear went when he was a naughty boy the last time I was here. He's got a habit of going into the grounds of the cottages there, and of course there's hens and bloody, as you can hear them, running free in the cages there, so he was worrying them a little bit, so basically I had to go and grab him quick, put him back on his lead and bring him out the grounds. So right, without further ado, I'll continue with my journey, so bye for now. Okay, it's 9:18 AM in the morning, this Sunday morning, the 29th of June 2025, and I've reached my location where I'm parking up. So I've just come right round from the folks' cottages, followed the road over the bridge, crossed, took the first left, then just followed the road right over. And you come down over that concrete bridge there with wooden railings either side of it. And this is the remote cottage that I was on about. He's crying, he wants a beaut. Bless him. Right, stay there, sons. Stay there. Hey. Right, so they've got a horse in the backfield there. Now, what I normally do when I come down here past this farm cottage, I continue round the road. It goes off to the left, and it goes back along about another mile, and it takes you to where I park the car to go and see LEWISBURN, which is just underneath the concrete bridge, just like that one. But today I'm just going to park up here. I can see the dog. He's just looking at me at the end of the building there. So I'm going to park. I've parked up now. I set up my time-lapse camera, and then I'm going to be walking up this farm track, Forestry Commission track, because LEWISBURN, the continuation of it is where it comes underneath the bridge, and I got as far as PET Cemetery, just down there. So I've come to the top end of LEWISBURN where it continues up the valley, and I'm just going to try and follow it up and walk along this track to see if I can keep close to it. The dog's just sitting on a table outside the outhouse there, the house. Brown and white collie. Stay there, son. Hey! Stay there. Stay there. Stay there. Hey! Right, so I just wanted to show you where I am in this remote cottage that I pass on my way to go along there. I mean, if you keep on going, it takes you back to Calvert Kielder. If you follow the road all the way around, past LEWISBURN or LEWISBURN, whichever way you want to pronounce it. It's L-I-S-H-A-W, Lishaw or Lishaw. Right, so I'll go back the car now, set up my time lapse, pointing over the top of the roof, the house, and then start walking up behind the car and follow that track about a mile to a mile and a half to see where it takes us. But basically, like I say, I just want to, it's like a continuation on LEWISBURN underneath the bridge there, from PET Cemetery, which if you follow the burn, it'll take you back that way to where it is, where as far as I got last time, 2 weeks ago. Right, so I'll bring you back. Bye for now.